High up in the Himalayas, the Lungthang archive sits in brutal isolation. It is a secret vault buried in rock, holding decades of unread history, shielded by the sheer hostility of the environment. But geography is no longer enough. The underground stone ceiling is fracturing under the force of a coordinated assault, sending dust and debris raining onto the files below. The archive is falling. The attackers breaching the walls are known simply as the collectors. They do not fight for nations, and they hold no political ideology. They view raw, unpublished data as the purest form of power, and they are here to seize it. In the chaos of the collapse, 3 fragments are salvaged from the rubble before they can be taken. A silver pocket watch inscribed with Berlin, 1941, an old diary, and a single handwritten name, Shaulmari. With the archive lost, these 3 items force the survivors on the run. The escape transforms into a hunt for a specific mythological figure linked to these artifacts, a person known only as the 8th Shadow. The Lungthang Vault contains a century of undocumented borders, broken treaties, and erased political figures. In a modern paradigm, hoarding these truths creates a weapon more volatile than a physical arsenal. If you control the facts of the past, you dictate the legitimacy of the present. The survivors are at a severe disadvantage. They hold the physical artifacts, but they lack the historical context required to use them. Meanwhile, the collectors already possess the missing records that make these objects meaningful. At the center of this war sits the 8th Shadow. According to whispers in the archive, this historical phantom holds secrets capable of shattering the established narrative of the entire region. Finding this person offers the only shield against the collectors. Secure the 8th Shadow, and you secure the ultimate leverage over the region's entire historical narrative. The trail leads to the sprawling colonial-era architecture of Cooch Behar. Here, navigating through the damp, quiet corridors of the old palace, the survivors must stay entirely off the grid to evade detection. Inside the palace, a specific architectural detail stands out: an ancient clock tower mechanism, supposedly broken by a lightning strike decades ago, remains permanently frozen at exactly 8:10. Engaging a hidden mechanism near the 8 on the clock face reveals a secret compartment. Inside is a fragmented map and a vintage photograph of 8 individuals. One of those people wears an abnormally large ring with an odd geometric engraving. That engraving is a miniaturized map. By matching the geometric lines from the ring to the rivers and roads of North Bengal, the coordinates point directly to a specific location, the Shoulmari Ashram. The precision of these artifacts reveals a deliberate historical failsafe. Someone expected to be erased from the record and built this path to ensure they could eventually be found. The Shoulmari Ashram is a sprawling ruin of moss-covered walls and rusted gates. For decades, it has served as a magnet for national rumors and myths. Today, it sits in eerie silence. Inside the main hall, a ticking mechanical metronome sits above a carefully folded note. It warns that anyone looking for a man will fail. The truth only reveals itself to those looking for a decision. Pressing the wooden base of the metronome 3 times triggers a low rumble. A section of the stone floor slides away, revealing a dark, narrow staircase descending deep beneath the ashram. This diagram shows the layout of the subterranean room at the bottom of the stairs. It consists of 8 stone seats. 7 are arranged in a perfect unified circle, while the 8th seat is elevated and pushed outward, breaking the symmetry of the group. The physical layout reflects an ideological split. The 7 were protectors. They believed society relies on foundational myths to function smoothly, and they swore to hide dangerous truths to protect that fragile stability. The solitary seat belonged to the 8th, a man named Aditya. He argued that truth belongs to the future, regardless of the immediate chaos it causes. To him, the preservation of an uncomfortable fact was more important than the preservation of a comfortable lie. Aditya built this ideological courtroom to test the ethical resolve of anyone who reached it. As heavy footsteps echo from the top of the stairs, signaling the collectors breach the perimeter, an old man emerges from the shadows of the vault. He places a simple wooden box on the stone table. Inside sits the final revelation, a sealed yellow envelope containing the exact historical truth they have been hunting across the mountains. But the old man offers a warning. We assume all truth liberates. In reality, some truths strip society of the myths it requires to function. Opening the envelope means unleashing a reality the world may not be ready to survive. With the enemy forces arriving, the survivors make a choice. They leave the envelope untouched on the stone table. The seal remains unbroken. The true legacy of the eighth shadow is a terrifying realization. Preserving history is about more than uncovering facts. It is the heavy responsibility of deciding when the world is actually capable of bearing them.